We've got another question from a pilot on today's episode. Colin writing into us, wondering about future estate and inheritance taxes and some ways to get around that, some backup systems that he can put in place, some safety nets. It's going to be a good question. We're going to ask Ryan for his thoughts on this one coming up next. Welcome to The Pilot's Advisor. I'm Walter Storholt, alongside a pilot himself and a financial advisor, Ryan Fleming. He's the pilot's advisor here on the show, the reason we call it that. And we've got another question from a pilot who's a fan of the show. This one's from Colin. And Colin says, Ryan, I've been thinking about future estate and inheritance taxes, and I'm wondering if a big life insurance policy could help leave some tax-free money to my kids. As someone who's used to thinking about risk and backup systems in aviation, this feels like a decent safety net. But are there any big drawbacks to the idea that I'm missing?
Actually, that's a great question. I always worry when you start throwing these mailbag questions at me because I'm like, all right, here we go.
But you're going to get a little something out of left field.
Yeah. But this one I love because I grew up for so many years, buy term, invest the difference from an insurance standpoint. And then you get to a certain aspect in your life where you've actually saved enough and you have your retirement plan in place. And then you start looking at legacy planning. And I think an overfunded whole life insurance policy is an amazing idea. But then, of course, every time you get there, you're like, God, I wish I would have done this in my 30s or 40s, and you'll still do it probably. But no, a overfunded whole life plan is an amazing way to pass on wealth to your spouse or your kids or whoever you want to, tax free. And I'm a huge advocate of it. We actually have a website that we built out for pilots that we'll leave in the show notes. It's IBC for pilots. So IBC, the number 4, and then pilots.com. We have some good videos that explain how it works, how to use it. I also look at it as another way to handle sequence of returns, risk, and retirement. Try to explain this, and I have another video we'll link in the show notes about that. But no, an insurance plan is great because not only are the dividends and interest tax-free, you get that tax-free lump sum when you decide to retire from this earth. Also, with retirement income planning, in a down market, you can borrow from that insurance policy versus tapping into your portfolio while it's down. So your actual safe withdrawal rate can go from 4% to 9% if you do it the right way. So I'm a huge fan of this. If you're thinking about doing this, reach out to me first, and I'll show you how you can build it in as a part of your actual retirement income plan with a LIRP, a life insurance retirement plan, and also spin that into estate planning and legacy planning like you're talking about. Great question, actually.
Yeah, really good question. And all you have to do, Colin, is go and order the toolkit. That'll also qualify you to then have that appointment and that review of your plan with Ryan. He'll take you through a free portfolio analysis as part of getting that toolkit. It's also packed with Ryan's books, extra downloadable guides, and some more great material to help you plan for your financial future. That's linked in the description of today's show and also at retirepilots.com. Just as a quick follow-up to that, Ryan, I'm curious, where is that line where you make that transition from, term insurance to thinking about whole life? Is it something that happens in your life? Is it, I've maxed out all of these accounts, and so this is the next thing I put my attention in? Or is it more goals-based? How do you evaluate that?
I think it's tough because it's one of those things as you go farther and farther in life and you see more and more, then you start to see the other side of it. I think it happens for sure once you're filling all those other buckets where you're maxing out your 401k, where you might be doing a backdoor Roth on the outside, and you've built up that liquid and investment account quite considerably. And then you go, okay, what's next? And once you start having that extra income to do other things, then you start digging into the other side of things. Or also once you start realizing how much Uncle Sam is taken from your paycheck every single month, you go, I don't like this. How do I fix this? Because it's going to be even worse in retirement and or passing on assets to your heirs if you don't have a tax plan. And so I think all those things start driving you towards seeing how insurance could truly help you with a tax-free retirement, or at least passing on wealth more efficiently. But of course, like anything else, once you discover it, then you're like, oh my God, this would have been so much more efficient or cheaper or whatever had I done it in my 20s or 30s. So I think we're getting a lot better at, if you truly have an interest with education when it comes to insurance policies, There's a lot of great stuff out there. Reach out to me. I can send you some books, some links, some YouTube, some podcasts. But once you see it, once you discover it, you'll know how to fit it into your retirement planning.
Fantastic. And again, IBC4 Pilots is the address that you can go to for some more information based around Colin's question here. We're going to link to that in the description as well as that toolkit link. So click either one of those and you'll be able to find out some more info and take some next steps when it comes to your financial plan. If you haven't done proper planning, now's the time, and take those next steps forward. Ryan, thanks for the help on this question. Another good one. And we'll talk to you again soon.
Sounds great, Walter. Thank you. Everybody fly safe.
Attention aviators, when you've spent years in the cockpit managing the complexities of flight, isn't it time you navigated your retirement with the same precision? Introducing retirepilots.com. Right at your touchdown zone on our homepage, there's a beacon flashing, "Get my free toolkit." Click that and you'll be cleared for a direct route to Ryan's retirement toolkit, tailor-made for pilots like you. Inside, you'll find two of his important works, The Pilot's Advisor and Pilots Retire Early. Between these two books, you can decipher the 9 critical decisions when retiring before 65 and discover the 7 lessons to help pilots land safely in retirement. But that's not all. This toolkit is packed with altitude-high value, including extras to get your retirement plans off the runway and light the afterburners on your 401k. Vector on over to retirepilots.com to grab your toolkit, and let's embark on this journey together.
Information is for illustrative purposes only and does not constitute tax, investment, or legal advice. Always consult with a qualified investment, legal, or tax professional before taking any action.